What's going on, traders? Welcome to the channel. My name's John. That's Groot. We trade options here. PLTR, Palantir is pumping. It's been going a bit higher today. So let's take a peek, see if maybe there's some news, what's going on. And I want to look at the charts as well, see if there's anything key that we can pull as insights from Palantir. All right, so jumping in, you can see it's saying with their double-click demo day, it's going to showcase how platforms are used by customers across 40 industries worldwide. That's awesome. So excited to see that. That's going to be tomorrow, 4/14/21. All right, so to just jump in, give you the disclosure as usual, I'm looking at my ownership in Palantir. I have 400 shares here. As let's see, will it load? There we go. So I got 400 shares in Palantir. It's looking pretty good. My average cost 24.45. So today we jumped past the negative return, so that's a good sign, but it's happened before and then it goes negative, so we'll see. So to also show you in Tastyworks here, I've got a position in Palantir as well. So I'm looking at right here. It's doing okay. I've got a couple call debit spreads and a couple long-term leaps in this position, but really I'm not looking at a massive amount of profits until we're above $30 a share. So still got a ways to go, about $5 percentage wise. Another 20-25% gain I think we'd have to see in Palantir for these to start looking good. So that's great. And then Tesla's doing okay too. And so let's jump into the charts. And the biggest thing I want to say that I'm looking at from the macro perspective, I'm in the SPY ticker, the S&P 500 ETF. And I find it interesting. We've had, man, it's like 14 days or 13 days of straight gains. That is a very rare occurrence. That's kind of a unicorn, basically. So I do always want to caution that that is something that could happen, is maybe we start seeing a little bit more corrections in the overall market. That could have some impact on what we see in stocks in our holdings here. So that is something to view, bear in mind, just keep yourself aware of. Now here we are looking at the Palantir chart. I'm on the daily. Let me just make this a little smaller there, and this trend line was a big one. So this was the run up we had talked about when they had their demo day in January. Looked great. It was really interesting to see kind of a little more into their system, what they do as a company as a whole. And it was funny to find that after that run up, it just kind of went down, and that's okay. Corrections are not a bad thing as long as we see the volume sort of drop and dip, and that's what we saw. And then we saw some more volume pick up, but unfortunately the dip continued with lower volume again, and now it does look like with the ebbs and flows, we're in a new section of trading where we either go a little bit sideways or there is potential to run up again, maybe towards like a new level of resistance here at about 28 or so. But what I'm finding interesting about this is, if we have another run up related to their demo day, we could soar past this, and I'm not sure. I'm definitely targeting about $30 or more to be very profitable on some of my short-term trades. But just understand that there are a lot of factors at play. One, we still don't really know how secure Palantir's business is on the governmental side, and actually on their customer, like business to business side either. And I have learned from a few other people with more industry experience that to kind of cross mesh like that is very hard. It's almost like sometimes you have to choose one or the other in terms of your customer base, or just have like separate entities related to the business. That is something that I think will have to play out. I'm assuming with Palantir being in business for I think coming up close to 2 decades now, they've probably had time to sort of establish themselves in one area, and now as they're working towards the consumer facing side or customer industry agnostic type side, then we will have to see what plays out for them. But as I'm watching this, it is encouraging to see the volume here pick up. And as I break into some tighter timelines, let's go like the 15-minute chart. Yeah, you can see that. That's nuts. So like the last hour of the day, basically, just all big green bars. And we just went up and up. And it looks like it's anticipation for tomorrow. So I'm excited to see what tomorrow brings. We will know probably from the stock price throughout the remainder of the week. In this next section here, it's going to actually talk about how I'm planning on building long-term wealth through Palantir and Tesla, but I do trade options for income so I can build up that income snowball and build my wealth over the long term.